I was diagnosed with something called codependence, which I didn't know was a real thing. It's kind of a word we throw around. Codependence. It's basically, in layman's terms, it's I can't tolerate your discomfort. I'm really interested in what you think about me. I stay in relationships too long.
You have to please.
Basically, you want them to like you. You're way more concerned with their feelings than having your own boundaries and your own standards. And I stayed in toxic relationships years too long because I didn't want to hurt the other person's feelings.
Did it affect your work?
You know, it's interesting. The craziest part is I think that in a sick way, being codependent helped my work because it made me a workaholic. You know, I didn't want to disappoint anyone. Being a comedian, essentially your job is to make people like you.
You want the audience to love you.
Yes.
No matter what kind of humor you do. Don Rickles wanted the audience to love him.
Yes.
It may seem like he didn't, but...
Even though he was insulting them.
Oh, of course.
The motive was I need your love.
Yeah.
Every single night, every 20 seconds. But then the second I got off stage, I couldn't turn that off.
You wrote, codependents have low self-esteem and would rather focus on the needs of others than on their own. No. They find it hard to be themselves because they're more concerned with appeasing others and avoiding rejection than with what they want to do. Are you better now? I
think I am. I did a lot of rewiring, a lot of studying of neurology and reading neurology books and going to neurologists and learning that it takes 28 days to form a new habit or to break an old one. And so I went into this really hardcore therapy to work on my self-esteem and figure out what my motives were in the decisions that I was making.
Is your dating life better now?
It's way healthier now. I date people I actually like. It used to be like if someone wanted to date me, it was like, I guess we're gonna date. But now it's mutual and consensual.
Do you think a lot of people have this without even knowing it?
You know, it's such a pernicious mindset because I think it's so rewarded socially. It kind of presents itself as just being nice. Everyone just thought I was really nice and charming and outgoing, when in reality I was doing things because I felt obligated to and I wanted people to like me, which is...
So what are some of the ways you do to break it?
You know, I outlined sort of the stuff I did in therapy, which was like inner child work, which sounds a little bit creepy and crazy, but you essentially reconnect with what a 5-year-old version of yourself would want to do on any given day. Because as adults, we're like, I have to go to work, I have to meet this person for lunch, I have to go to the gym, I have to go spinning, and we have all these obligations, whereas our like source kind of just wants to like eat and nap and hang out and play, and I had no concept of play.
Has it changed your act?
You know, it's so interesting because I was so worried that if I got mentally healthy, I wouldn't be as funny. Because being sick and twisted is funny. Getting up on stage and broadcasting my mistakes and my bad dates and my bad sexual experiences, like that's all I knew how to do. So I was so worried that if I got healthy, I would just be boring. And I am more boring. I am gonna go ahead and say it. My life is way more boring. I'm not in the same like chaotic, you know, constant...
But you're still funny.
...state of adrenaline. I think so. It's you know, to me, my favorite comedians, Richard Pryor, George Carlin, Don Rickles, all these guys had a vulnerability to them that was just so magnetic and charismatic, and I think that I'm finally getting to the point where I have that vulnerability.
Watch new episodes of Larry King Now Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on demand on Aura TV and Hulu.